This is 757 Saturday Sports Talk with Matt Hatfield on ESPN Radio 94.1.
All right, we're now pleased to be joined on ESPN Radio 94.1 by a special guest, he of the NBA's Dallas Mavericks, where he has started 282 games, a career high 11 points per game this past season as he helped Dallas reach the NBA's Western Conference Finals, the two-time AAA State Player of the Year out of IC Norcom High School in Portsmouth. He's got all the Finney-Smith Foundation events coming up, the Black Tie Gala July 29th with the VIP reception, including special guest Mark Cuban, the owner of the Mavs, the 5th annual basketball camp July 30th at Norcom High, and the softball tournament, plus the cookout. Dorian Finney-Smith with us here on ESPN Radio 94.1.
Yes,
Dodo, good to have you on the show. How you been?
I'm doing good, man. It's been a while.
It has been. What you been up to? And does it seem like 11 years ago we had you, your guy Los, DeCarlos Anderson, Jay, that's Jeremy Canty in studio? I'm feeling like an old man. You were a kid back then. You're no longer a kid anymore.
Right, that's a while ago, man. You've been covering me for a minute.
I have been, and it brings a tear to my eye even we talked with your brother Ben Finney, the former Norcom dual sport standout in football, basketball, went on to play at Old Dominion about what you did on Mother's Day. We'll get to that in a little bit with those three-pointers knocking it down. But tell me about the whirlwind for you. And is it true that you bought a new 2-year-old show horse named Stevie?
Yeah. It was a gift / yeah, same thing. Yeah, I got a horse named Stevie.
So it was a gift. So it was given to you more than you shelled out the shekels for, right?
It was a little both.
Okay.
Introduction to the horse game. Trying to, just my trainer. He got like 6 horses, and he just telling me, about the game and how much, I like animals. I like dogs already, so. He was my dog trainer, so he just, told me get in the horse game. He was like, if I don't make my money, he'll buy the horse from me.
So you haven't watched a whole lot of horse racing in the past, but now you'll be tuning into the Derby, the Preakness, and Belmont, I imagine.
Nah, it's a show horse, though. He ain't racing.
I got you.
Yeah, he ain't racing. I wish.
That could be down the future for you when you're done playing hoops.
Down the road.
Okay.
Down the road.
Let's get to coming back home and giving back to the area and community. I mean, you do something like this one time, Dorian, and people are thrilled because not every athlete does something like this, and it's really neat to see you keep this going for several years now. What compelled you to want to come back and keep doing this year after year?
Just me growing up in them same areas, never having nobody come back and, show us something different. I'm just trying to do that. Right now in the city needs something positive. There's been a lot of BS crime going on. Just trying to, show the city something positive. Come back. Let the kids, come touch me. Ask me questions, anything. Portsmouth small, so I come back and do them camps, and it's everybody I done went to school with kids.
That's wild. And you mentioned about coming back to touch you and see you and feel you. A couple years ago, we couldn't have gatherings due to COVID protocols and safety being of the utmost importance, stopping the spread. How different life as a pro athlete has been? Tell me about that, because we've all been affected in some way from this with the coronavirus. But I imagine for you, you have to be glad we're in an overall better spot and you're able to do this and have these kind of events.
Right. Yeah. COVID was a tricky year. We wasn't able to have the camp, but we still did, did the turkey drive. We did school supply giveaway. We still try to do as much as we could, without contact. But I'm happy it's over. I'm happy it's over, and we can get things back going. It was tough even planning the season with COVID. It was tough. Just not having fans. This year being actually my first real playoffs without, no COVID stuff. So, it was a great experience too.
We're talking with the NBA standout with the Dallas Mavericks, Dorian Finney-Smith. He's got his Finney-Smith Foundation Black Tie Gala July 29th with the VIP reception, Gala and awards program coming up on the 29th at the Norfolk Waterside Marriott with the owner, Mark Cuban, going to be in attendance. You can get tickets at finney-smithblacktie.eventbrite.com. Also, the 5th annual basketball camp at his alma mater, IC Norcom High School, July 30th, and the softball tournament coming up July the 31st, where you can win a grand prize of $500 plus the free Community Day Cookout co-ed softball tournament with that too. It's ESPN Radio 94.1. Is it Mr. Cuban or Mark for you, Dorian?
Nah, I call him Mark.
Okay. What's it mean to have Mark Cuban come to your hometown?
It means a lot, man. It means good, when the head of the snake sees the work I'm putting into my, in the city I come from, and he want to be a part of it. it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel like we heading in the right direction. Especially we get somebody like Cuban who want to see what's going on. He want to know more. And that feels good. And he want to see the Hampton Roads.
I joked with your brother Ben, Dorian, that Mark Cuban's famous for Shark Tank, among other things. We can do a Finney, we can do a Finney family reality show. I think that thing would be a huge hit, don't you?
Maybe back in the day. I don't know now.
Okay, a little different.
We was kids. We could have had that though.
Oh, it'd be fabulous. It'd be fabulous.
We was in high, and if somebody was recording back then, it would have been some amazing footage.
Hey, I'm trying to give the TV guys some, ammo there. It'd be great to have that. I think it'd be fantastic if they did that now. At what point did your perspective of the sport, professional basketball, and being a pro change from the kid that grew up in Portsmouth? Was it once you got to the league, your rookie year, a few seasons in? When was it?
I would say it was probably my perspective changed. Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan told me I was a pro. I think we had like a team meeting, and Coach D was real. He was real straight up. He was just like, we had one of those tough meetings. It was just like he was telling everybody we got to win, to make it to the NBA because of talent and stuff like that. But he was just like, there's only certain people in here who got NBA talent, and he named me as one of them people. And he's seen NBA guys, so for him to just say that, and I wasn't even starting at that time. I thought I was coming off the bench.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was Coach D. Coach D told me I was going to be a pro. It just I had to. I was just so good at so many things. Defense. I ain't really knew. I knew I can guard, but I ain't really focused on defense till I got in the NBA. If you watch me growing up, you will see I pretty much played point guard in high school.
Yeah, you were like a point forward facilitator guy, and you were an undrafted free agent in 2016. Locked up that final roster spot with the Mavs that year, made the summer league team, and since then you've been a force to be reckoned with, and not just a great defender. You've knocking down three-pointers. That shot has evolved here, and tell me about what do you attribute the increase in your productivity to? Because I mentioned the 11 points per game, a career high, the points, the rebounds, the free throw percentage, the threes, all raised here during the playoffs. I mean, going back to your high school days at Norcom, it felt like me as a guy covering you, the bigger the stage, the brighter the lights, the better you played. What makes you thrive in those moments?
I love it. Again, like you said, I love it since Norcom and packed house. I want them games. I want the games where playing against Booker T and everybody on the court when you shoot. But it's fun, man. I love to compete. I play with a chip on my shoulder. I still carry that. Being undrafted, I still carry that on. I walk around with it on my shoulder daily. It keeps me in the gym, keeps me motivated. I knew defense was going to get me on the court, and I just had to build from there. The three-point line was far when I first got in the NBA, but I tweaked my shot a little bit, and I just stayed consistent. I switched my shot and still shot bad the next year, so it took a lot of. My confidence went up and down. If I'm gonna be honest, cause I got hurt, and then I got hurt my second year and only played like the last 20-some games, and I think I shot like 30. I think I shot like 30 from the field, or even lower than that, 20 from 3. And Cuban and everybody on my team was telling me, man, you got to keep shooting. You shooting like top 3 in practice. My percentage in practice was good, but it just wasn't showing in the game. So. I would say I took some major leaps, man, because I went through some years. I went through a year where I tweaked my shot, and I ain't see the ball going in. You know what I'm saying? You know how that go.
Mm-hmm.
You putting in the work, but it just ain't showing. So I was going through one of those, and I just had to figure it out. Yeah, now shoot. I remember when I first got in the league, I couldn't shoot the 3 ball to the end of the shot clock. Now they telling me to shoot as soon as I get open.
Right.
The first day they tell me, especially in the first quarter, they're telling me I need to, get my shots off then.
Yeah, you're the guy that's going to hit those first couple of baskets after Luka gets the ball, sets you up there. Tell me about playing for Jason Kidd. His first season's in the books at the helm. Watching on TV, it looked like a pretty seamless transition for you all, and you got to splash in a bunch of those threes.
Nah, J. Kidd was great for us, because obviously he played in the NBA. He was great for Luka too, being a point guard, playing in the NBA. Winning the championship, he to be honest, I remember we got like to the conference last year was in the conference championship, Western Conference Championship. Excuse me, can't get it out, but he asked us, has anybody been there before? Nobody in our team ever even been past the second round last year. Our whole team, he was the only one who ever been, in that situation. And it kind of helped us, especially like that Phoenix series. He made some quick adjustments on the fly. And after every game, he did a good job of preparing us for the next one. Coach Key got a real laid back attitude. So it was good for us when, it got too rowdy in there. 'Cause, like I said, that energy in the playoffs is crazy.
For sure. And watching that domination in Game 7 against the Suns, I mean, the team with the best record in the league, beating them in their building, and every game in that series had been won at home. It was stunning in a lot of respects. I feel like the public is focused more on the way the Suns lost rather than the way the Mavs won. What do you think your franchise showed with winning that game and that series?
Oh, no, we showed that, I think we put the league on notice. Phoenix was the best team in the league all year. They was supposed to have been their year this year, and I feel like we did it. Everybody got to see us. We also just made all the shots we had, all the open shots we had got the whole series. I feel like we was getting them shots the whole series. We just weren't making them, and we made them that night when it counted. But like I said, if you watch the film, they would let you know that we got so many open threes. I think we had like the most open threes throughout the whole series because Luka and JB was getting in the paint, causing so much trouble. A
couple more for you, Dorian, and we'll let you go. We're talking with Dorian Finney-Smith of the NBA's Dallas Mavericks from Norcom High School in Portsmouth. The Black Tie Gala, July 29th at the Norfolk Waterside Marriott. Go to Finney-Smith blacktie.eventbrite.com. Finney's Family First presenting their 5th annual basketball camp July 30th at Norcom High in Portsmouth, his alma mater, and the softball tournament. Free community cookout with that co-ed softball tournament July the 31st. It's ESPN Radio 94.1. Western Semis game number 4 against Phoenix, 8 of 12 from three-point land. Extra special for you and your family to have maybe the best playoff game of your young career in such a key spot come on Mother's Day?
Yeah, that was and I hit 8 threes. How many threes I hit?
8 of 12.
Yeah, that's crazy. My mama said that she hit 8 threes on Mother's Day. My brother's favorite. My brother's number was 8. So yeah, we had a good time with that. Yeah, my mama was crying after that game.
Yeah, it was incredible to watch that unfold. And they talk about the story where you said, your mom worked at churches the first few years in the league. You tried to get her to quit. Now she can kick her feet up and chill. And after you agreed to that extension of $55 million, whatever it was there. So that had to be pretty cool there. And, as you look ahead now, cool. Go ahead.
It's cool, but I was just telling the truth. And like I was, I would really just be honest, though. Cause I really couldn't. If you know my mama, Matt, you know how she is. She like to run stuff, man. She loud. She want to do something. Right now I feel like she bored because she ain't got no games to go to.
Hey, listen, loud because she cares, she has love, and she's got passion. What'd you learn from the loss to Golden State? Because knowing you like I do, the competitor, that didn't sit well with you, and a lot's being made of the Jalen Brunson departure to New York. We know what a bright spot he was during the playoffs, but I want to know what you learned from that loss, and then about the addition of the 6'10" center Christian Wood, what he brings you guys, because he's averaged 17 and 10, 21 and 10 the last 2 years in Houston.
Well, Golden State, I would say, obviously, we just. I feel like we gave away a game, which you can't do in the playoffs. You got to win the games you're supposed to win. I think that game 2, we let go. We was up. I think it was up 20 in the first half, and they came back and won. I think that game right there kind of lost us the series, but they're a great team. They're a great team. Whenever things got tight for them, they really stuck together. And you could tell about their years and how many times they've been there. You could tell just by the way, the way they made changes on the fly. The way they was playing Luka and JB. I think they did a good job. It took us a little bit to figure it out. They were going from zone to man, back to boxing one. They was playing mind games with us because we was a young team. But we started figuring it out, late in the series, but we just ain't making enough shots. Oh, and
Christian Wood.
C Wood, I think it'll be a great addition. We lost JB. Obviously JB was a great player, had a great year. I'm happy for him. But, we got C Wood. He played good. He played great the last 2 years. So obviously we just got to get him on board with our defense and schemes. And I think we're going to be great with him. I think he's going to be amazing. He can shoot the 3. he can drive closeouts. I think he's gonna be a great addition, and Luke's gonna like playing with him.
Tell me about besides the obvious of making quite a bit of money, and that's an understatement, and getting to play the game of basketball for a living. What is the coolest part about being in the NBA to you?
I would say just being able to. I love to compete, doing what I love. Obviously, my kids and stuff get to see me live out my dream, and people from the city too. I know I never really thought it was possible for real, because we never seen nobody make it to the league. Vernon made it, but he ain't stick too long. But like I said, coming from where we come from, we ain't seen too many people make it to the NBA. Period. People always ask me what I like, what kind of car you wanted. But I didn't even think about cars. I never even thought about cars. I never even thought about what island I wanted to go to until like my second year in the NBA, because I didn't really know what. I just wanted to make enough money to move my mom out the situation we was in.
Amazing. And he continues to flourish there, and also doing so many great things to the community, giving back to the Hampton Roads area. The Black Tie Gala, July 29th, the basketball camp. Sign up and register. Keep it tuned to Dorian Finney on Twitter at DoeFinney, DOEFINNEY_10. Softball tournament as well, giving back to the community with a cookout, softball tournament, basketball camp, and the Black Tie Gala with Mark Cuban, the owner of the Mavs, with DFS Dodo, Dorian Finney-Smith of the NBA's Dallas Mavericks out of Norcom High in Portsmouth. Always a pleasure, my friend. You be well, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you. Talk to you later, man. Nice talking to you.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, Dorian. Dorian Finney-Smith with us here on ESPN Radio 94.1.